Good morning. Good morning. Thank you so much for waking up with Bunny this morning. I've got my water. I've got my coffee. I have the internet on the way to being open. How are you guys this Monday morning? If you are an American, I'd like to say a few just like quiet words for the day that it is today, because unlike Memorial Days and things of that nature that I wasn't around for being at war, I actually do remember 9/11. So it kind of like hits different. I think that this is kind of like one of those days that's kind of like my dad always talked about remembering when JFK died, like same kind of thing. Just it's one that actually sticks in your mind. Um, so I hope that your today is good. Also, if you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share with your friends. And thank Balancer 182 for always reminding us to do so. Good morning. Good morning. I am so tickled you guys are here. I almost spilled my coffee. Oh my gosh. Has anyone read this book? My dad just sent me this book, and my father is the last man on the earth that you would think of would need to fast, because he's a skinny, tall, lanky Texas guy. But the oldest cure in the world, all about adventures in the art of science, the art and science of fasting by Steve Hendricks. So if you have read this book, I would love to hear your hot take on it. My father only sends me the best of the best books, so I'm sure it's good. It's quite thick, so maybe by Christmas I'll have it read. Good morning, Eric. I am so glad you made it in this morning. I want to hear all about your latest, and I want to hear how the job hunting is going. Okay, Eric, so I want to hear all about your latest news. Yes, I've read about it, about fasting, but not this book, Leading to Killing Old Cells and Creating New Ones. That's interesting. Not this book, but yeah, awesome. I love it. I love it. Whew, all right, you handsome devils. I'm already like halfway through my coffee. Sorry, I started without you. Story of our lives, right? And yet, I don't have Twitter pulled up yet. Or X, or whatever we're calling it. It's going to be a productive Monday. It's going to be a day on fire. I can just feel it in my bones. I hope that you guys are prepared to have an amazing Monday as well. Love life and take names. All right, you sexy things. Let's see what the interweb has in store for us. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. It only took us 3 minutes to get going this morning. Sorry about that. I try to be more efficient than that. Whew. So far this morning, I was on Twitter earlier this morning, and so far it has been pretty lit. So let's hope that it doesn't disappoint now that we're live. Can you imagine? Lee Jordan always finds some good stuff. Always. Good morning. Whew. Must have been an early drop off for the kids with Tim Hicks. Worried about your drinking. Is this sponsored? Is this a trick? Find out how. Got sober without willpower, AA, or rehab. Stop drinking expert. Let's see. Ooh, that looks amazing. That looks really good. Oh my gosh, what even cut of steak is that? It looks like a tomahawk, but man, goodness. All right, let's see. Don't be afraid to disqualify girls who are difficult to talk to. Low energy, not fun. Practice dumping and moving on to the next girl quickly. It will become second nature. Okay. I want to just blow this up. I want to talk about this and like focus. Fort Worth and I were talking about this just last night. This kind of advice applies to guys who are getting back into the game, to guys who have not yet developed their own set of rules, their own structure, their own way of meeting girls and vetting girls and deciding what kind of girls really fit with their lifestyle, their rotation, even if they want to date one girl at a time. It's to keep you from doing the stuff that you kind of your high school mindset wants to do, but will actually drive women away. So this might not be a forever thing. This game plan right here to disqualify quickly, to hold that thought. Like Balancer's saying, don't be afraid to lose a girl. It's true. But at the same time, we're not talking about you guys who have been married for 35 years. Like, we don't take the real stuff lightly. Okay. So, that's pretty funny. Living in Orange County made this second nature. A lot of OC girls really aren't fun, especially in Irvine. That's interesting. But this is advice that gives you structure and rules. So just like the don't double text, just like the next quickly, just like the only drink dates, just like the Jumbotron tests and things of that nature. All of this is stuff that applies more often than not on the front end of you getting in the game. So if you're new altogether, new to, game, dating, relationships, holding your frame, if you're young and just don't have a lot of experience with women or a lot of positive experience with women, or if you're older, as in, any post-divorce time period, it matters because things are different than they were before. So it's just important to brush up on your skills so that you don't get taken to the cleaners by these girls who are well versed in making sure that you think that they are the head bitch in charge. So all of these little lessons like this are really great on the front end. And then as you develop your system, as you get comfortable in your rhythm, you can kind of loosen up some of the rules a little bit to better fit your style. But on the front end, next quickly. Don't put up with bullshit. Like if you have your usual automatic self on one side and you have these rules that are like hard and fast on the other, somewhere in the middle, you'll hit that sweet spot. And that's the best place for you to be. That still looks delicious. And I want to eat it. I'm kind of hungry. Horse girl energy. Okay, I have to see this because we always talk about avoiding horse girls. What is this? Oh, this one. So he just takes it and takes it and takes it. And the more he takes it, the madder she gets because he's taking it. The more he takes it, the madder he's getting because he's taking it, because he's literally being a pussy. He's finally like, fuck off. And listen, I hate to say this as a female. I hate to say this. She's never wanted him more than right then. It's ridiculous, but it's true. because he finally stood up for himself. He finally led. Whatever that was about, that's the God's honest truth, and it sucks. Let's see. Muscle Girls taking selfies. Robert Greene, The Laws of Human Nature. This is the Robert Greene book that I have not read yet, and I'm curious about. Let's see what Paul said about it. Like everyone, you think you are rational, but you are not. Rationality is not a power you were born with, but one you acquire through training and practice. Nailed it. Nailed it. These are the kinds of things that people almost get angry at not being on autopilot. If you haven't learned it, if you haven't been challenged in it, if you haven't gone out of your way to hone these skills, you do not have them. You do not automatically possess them. The other part of this tweet or post that I see here is that not only do we believe ourselves to be rational individuals, but we believe everyone else to be rational individuals. And that is a great way to get highly disappointed and stay disappointed for a long, long time. Let's see what all's going. Okay, yeah, that's too much. She wants equal rights. Well, she got her equal lefts too. That's a good way to put it. I mean, it's crazy. Yeah, this is good. There are literally 4 billion women in the world trained to have an abundance mindset, not a scarcity mindset. 1000%. There are always new girls turning 18. There are always new girls moving into your neighborhood. There are always, girls aging out of your range. You name it. There's always new girls available coming in and out. There's not a reason to have an unhappy or unproductive romantic relationship, shall we say. Meat for drinks. Alcohol is sex fuel. I just had 3 glasses of wine. Of course my pussy is wet. Exactly. Alcohol is sex fuel. Seriously. I think all cultures and religions. I don't talk about that. Okay. There we go. That's pretty cute. Exactly. This is a great point. There's a reason. So, wealth and poverty are the results of different behavior patterns. They can't be fixed with free money. This is the reason that the lotto winners out there, that those who inherit a great deal of money and shit it away are out there, and they're broke, and they have a broke mindset, and they have run through their cash in record time. Wealth that was built for generations, wealth that was won overnight. It doesn't matter if it's money that you didn't earn. In a lot of ways, you therefore do not have any respect for it. And this is true 99.99% of the time. Very seldom does someone have a healthy mindset about money who didn't have to work for the money that they earn. So this is very true. If every human had 100K in their name, they would still end up with the wealthy middle class and poor, end up wealthy middle class and poor within 1 year. Exactly. This is absolutely, I'm just gonna repost this right now because that is correcto. Let's see what's going on. One of my buddies once said, imagine the most irrational thing and lower it by 3 notches. That's your girl logic. That's pretty good. What did Jack Nicholson say? Said it best about basically a man, but without rationality. Exactly. It's true. It's true. Good morning, Jorge. I just caught that you were in here. Good morning. Good morning. I love it. Everybody's waking up with Bunny this morning. Life is good. We're having a good Monday. Let's see what else. Oh, oh my goodness. This may be amazing. This is amazing news if you know how much I love pizza. Okay. I worked it out that I can order a Domino's pizza, eat the entire thing, and still hit my macros if I just add 2 protein shakes the rest of the day. Yes! Yes! Woo! That better be some clean shakes. I tell you what, I will say this about this. Totally possible, but at the same time, a calorie is not a calorie. You're still getting a lot of nastiness in that Domino's pizza, unfortunately, as much as I love them. And I do love Domino's pizza, even though they're cheap and theoretically gross, but they're delicious. But I want to talk about protein shakes, because protein shakes, if you don't really read the labels, you are getting crap. You know, you need to focus on what size the amount of protein is, what size the portion size is. I mean, there are some of these protein shakes, they're like 35 grams per serving, 60 grams per serving, but it's like 5 scoops to get there, and there are like 5 servings in the container. That's ridiculous. I always say a great rule of thumb with protein powders or protein shakes is each scoop should be at least 20, I say 25, but really 22 to 25 grams of protein and no more than 2 grams of sugar. The cleaner, the better. This is a critical mix. So that way you can still get 50 grams in that shake, but really the body can only process about 40. But you can give it as much as it can process with just 2 scoops instead of like 10. But really pay attention to portion sizes and amounts of sugar, because some of those protein powders that you see on the shelves have so much sugar you might as well drink like a protein packed Coke or like Snickers bar. It's ridiculous. All right, you sexy things. I'm going to go to my website real quick, and I'm going to answer a question that just came through. I haven't read it yet, but I believe it's going to be good. So let's just field questions from the audience, shall we? I should never do accents. I'm terrible at them. I don't know why I do that. I apologize. All right, let's see. Bunny, if you have time, I need advice. That's what I'm here for, baby. I locked eyes with a girl at the mall and she refused to break eye contact. What does it mean? She's intrigued by me. I should have approached. Let's see. This is a good question. Eric G asks, did she smile at you? Your cock is her drug. That's a good one too. No, she was with her mom. Okay. But that doesn't necessarily determine whether she smiled at you or not. That's more like a personality thing. So my question is, well, I would say so we're answering this question. I would say on the onset, yes. I think that she was intrigued by you. A lot of girls will be very cautious not to make or hold eye contact unless they can't help themselves. So they will make eye contact to get your attention. They will hold on eye contact for one of 2 reasons. And one of them you're going to like and one of them you're not going to like. The first one, they will hold eye contact almost as a challenge or a shit test to see if you will come and talk to them. See if they'll challenge you to cross the room, to take those 3 seconds of bravery, even if she's with her mom, even if, she's with someone else short of a husband or a boyfriend. That's a sure way of her just kind of like walking you into a bear trap. That's not necessary. But it is a shit test if she grabs your attention, she makes that eye contact, and she holds it and is clearly trying to, that is a challenge for you to see if you, for lack of a better way, this is the way she's thinking of it, to see if you have the balls to come talk to her. That's not my verbing, that's hers. The other one, the second reason that she might have locked eyes on you and truly held contact is, and this is the one that you won't like as much, is if she genuinely has eyesight problems. So if she doesn't see all that well, and I'm not talking like Mr. Magoo, I'm saying like her vision's not great. A lot of times girls and men will hold eye contact and they're not really looking at you. They're kind of looking in your direction, but because of the fact that they're trying hard to focus on the scene, it looks like they're looking at you. So it's like two sides of the coin. One is a winner and one is like, that's a deflator. But there is a lot to, there's a lot, you could still have walked closer to her. I'm curious as to what became of it. Like when she passed by, did she hold eye contact as, okay, she was definitely looking at me. Okay, so that answers my next question, that, she held eye contact, not just in one moment when that's like a still life. She actually, things were moving. She's holding contact with you. She's challenging you to approach her. So that's good. So you did approach. She was sitting with her mom waiting for the movie to start, and she looked up when I approached. Okay. Did you approach her or did you just get closer to her? Because she's challenging you to actually talk to her. Even if, as you approached, you said, hey, and you didn't even say anything else, because if she's with her mom, if she's younger, if, it may not have been socially acceptable for you to have monopolized your time in that moment. But let me tell you that mothers understand that they have attractive daughters who draw attention. And mothers, more than anyone, want their daughters to attract the right kind of man. So oftentimes, girl, exactly. Don't miss the invitation. I just walked past her to sit on the other end of the bench, but you didn't talk to her. Always talk to her. Talk to everyone. Make it feel so natural that no one thinks anything of it. Never miss an invitation given by a woman to talk to them, to make conversation. Even the simplest conversation, even the most mundane, is a great way to safely, this girl's with her mom, this girl's with an older woman, maybe an aunt or a mother, she's with a gaggle of friends. Never miss the opportunity. Yeah, you could have, what movie are you going to see? What are you going to, I'm looking forward to this movie. I've heard good things about it. Don't overthink it. Just take that 3 seconds of gumption that it takes to get there and to make that first move. How old are you? Yeah, you'll do better. It's practice. This is why you have to talk to every girl you see. You talk to everyone you see. That way it's so natural, you think nothing of it. It's, yeah. You're cock blocking yourself. Absolutely. And you will get better at it. It's just a matter of practice. It's just a matter of getting comfortable and kind of owning your skills. Not to mention the fact that for easy openers like that, Balancer, you will figure out like what kind of phrases are easy, that roll off the tongue, that come naturally, and that always elicit like a smile or a giggle from a girl. Go with things that you know will work, and have worked consistently over time with a multitude of girls, whether you're attracted to them or you're just practicing on them. Practice on the ugly ones, practice on the old ones, practice on every girl you see. And that way, in times like this, where she's giving you the go ahead to come and make conversation with her, you are prepared. Let's see. Think back to when you were a kid, and if you've done this before, socialize with everyone. Absolutely. I mean, in school, you talk to everyone. In parties, at frat parties, at social events, at networking events, you talk to everyone. It needs to become so much of your second nature that it's just a natural thing that you do. I think when we're teens and adults, because we've faced a lot of trauma or life's impermanence, that's what's holding us back. Absolutely. I believe that's true. There's a lot to be said for say hi to her mom as well. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Just talk to both of them. You don't center her out. You can talk to both of them. Have a great conversation. The more you can attract and excite her mother, the more in you are with being able to talk to the girl that you're actually crossing the room to talk to. 1000%. I'm glad you mentioned that. And good morning. I haven't said good morning to you. Facts trumps feelings 45. So good. This is a great conversation. Good question this morning. And thank you for asking it. All right, you sexy devils. I've got my pop-up just sitting here with my little face. I do not look like that this morning. I don't look like this fresh thing, but that was not a wake-up thing. If you have any challenges with girls, with dating, relationships, attraction, sex, let me know. We can figure it out. If you go to my website, myplayboysbunny.com, under men, you have lots of options available. I do virtual consults. I do in-person consults for people who are local in the DFW area. And you can also submit questions for Q&A. So our live shows, our podcasts, shows like this, you can submit questions through the form on my website as well. And then I've got all kinds of reminders here. That's all good stuff. Then, if you want to go to my products page, all of the books that I offer are right there at your disposal. So you've got, this is kind of a funky view because, there we go. We'll go full page. That way, at least you can see the covers. We've got every fuck book I've done. So sexy. Ways to get you from 0 to 60. Ways to not fear approaching the instant self-confidence with women handbook. That would have been very handy for talking about approaching this girl who was with her mother in the mall. One-itis, making sure you're not just focused on one girl, making sure that you have that abundance mentality that we were talking about. Always remembering that every date doesn't have to cost $300. Find out what women really want. And if you go through it, I will help you recover from it. I've also got some things from Fort Worth down here, Best of CHATEAU. If you have not already, check out his basic training books. They are fantastic. And just come and see me. Come and talk to me. This is a great way to reach all of my things. This is the Bunny Show Live. This is X. This is the Bunny Interviews playlist. This is requesting a consult. And this is our podcast. There are so many different ways to join me on the interwebs and share a little bit of life, and let's fix the challenges that you are facing and make sure that you are making the most efficient use of your time. You should be talking to every girl you see. You should be creating a little bit of healthy dread in your relationships. You should be fucking like it's your last fuck and hers. And everyone has a better quality of life. Everyone has more fun. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Thank you, Balancer. Thank you, Facts Trump Feelings. Thank you, Eric G. I don't want to miss anyone. Thank you. Hold on. I know there was one more. Jorge. Where did Jorge go? Thank you, Jorge. Thank you guys so much for chatting it up this morning. I love that so many of you are in the chat box as well, keeping the conversation going, answering one another's questions. Iron sharpens iron. This is an important place to be, and I appreciate all of you tuning in, either live on Twitter X or right here on YouTube in the chat box. So thank you guys so much. I want you go lift heavy things, go have some hot sex, and go accomplish something. It's going to be a great day, and I want you to win.